50 have already been ordered. If you missed the first presentation, let's get into it. This is a set of 3 micro sheet pans. Oh, these have a lot of potential, right? Use them in your countertop oven because they fit. They're 10 inches by 6 inches by 1.5 inches in depth, almost 2 inches in depth. These are aluminized steel. I'm going to take this one down to the table so you can hear it. These are not flimsy. I can't say that enough. As soon as I got my hands on them, I was like, yeah, I'm placing my order because I'm going to use these. I cook for 2 on most nights. So this is great to make your potatoes, make your salmon, make your asparagus for 2. But there's so many reasons to pick them up today, and we're going to talk to y'all about them. They have a 4-layer non-stick on the interior, and they're from Good Housekeeping. So this is Rely-A-Pan non-stick, which is some of the best in the industry. And Good Housekeeping seal of approval since 1909 has been a symbol of reliability and dependable product suggestion for over 100 years. Now there is the first color choice called blueberry. Do you see those little flecks on the inside? I think the painting is so beautiful. The blueberry has a little bit of light blue and a little bit of a sand color to that speckling there. Blueberry is now the most limited choice. You're getting a set of 3 of the micro sheet pans. Up top, we have the set that I ordered in the green, and you can see in the green the little speckles in the steel there is absolutely beautiful. You've got a little blue and you've got a little bit of a cream shade in that sage. This color is called sage. And you notice in the Good Housekeeping line, in the Good Housekeeping brand, that all of these colors match back to each other. So if you are interested in matching in your kitchen, that's a good place to do it. I also have a 3rd color choice for you called chili. And chili has a little bit of a lighter pink shade and a black speckling in the paint there. Absolutely gorgeous. But you get all 3 today for the first time ever at this lower price. $24.98 for all 3. And we have easy pay. So you can get 5 easy payments of $5 on all 3 pans today. I know, it's super exciting. And the price does go up at the end of the day. It's $8.32 a pan. And we're going to talk all about them with Chef Rochelle Palermo. And she is a trained chef. She is a friend of the show immediately because as soon as I met her, I was like, ooh, do we share a brain? Maybe. But Chef, it's good to see you again. Welcome back into the show.
I think we do share a little bit of the same brain. I kind of get that gist, which I love. And, yeah, thanks for having me, Mary. It's so great to be with you this morning. And I just pulled out a focaccia. I mean, these pans can do everything from bake your breads, to make your brownies, to bake your cookies, to do a lasagna, to roast your veggies. I mean, it just goes beyond. And the size is just so much fun. So we have a bunch of fun things to show you today.
Well, we're so excited to see them because you know what? When the air starts getting a little crisp outside, we're ready to eat. And we got some questions, Chef. So I said that these were aluminized steel. They're PFOA free and they are oven safe to 450. These are going to fit in most countertop ovens, correct?
Correct. Absolutely. In fact, I can fit 2 in the one that I have here on set.
Wow.
So you know what? If you wanted to put 2 in there, which I do all the time, you can. I love that you can put 2 in there. So toaster ovens, air fryer ovens, smart ovens. I mean, I use my smart oven every day. And when I use these pans, I'm warming up pizza for my husband that's left over, which is great. I'm baking cookies. I mean, look at these amazing things that we can do. I mean, it's just, I use it all the time. And it's just a great, perfect pan for that.
Well, I love, whether you are making chicken and potatoes, I'm back here in the back of our set by the oven because not only, yes, they work in your countertop oven. Maybe you have a countertop air frying oven, but this is our wall oven that we have here on set. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 side by side. And maybe in this one, I've got a little asparagus or a little roasted tomato. Maybe here I've got a little roasted potatoes. Maybe in here I've got 2 salmon fillets or 2 chicken breasts. They fit neatly side by side. But the beautiful thing about using 3 separate trays in a larger oven is, okay, the asparagus and tomatoes are done. I'm going to take those out. Well, the salmon's now done, so I'm going to take that out. Obviously not going to carry it like this. This is for effect. But then the potatoes are done last, so I'm going to take those out last. So now you can cook 3 separate things and they're not touching, but you're cooking them possibly at different times. And look how beautifully they stack together when they're all clean. I love that. Now, they are dishwasher safe, but they're an easy wipeout because of that Reliapan nonstick.
Absolutely, because of that Reliapan nonstick. So if I wanted to, make my lasagna and take it out of the pan, normally what I do love, I love what you said about that, being able to bake everything at different times. But I also love that, that I could just serve right in them because they're so pretty, Mary. I love the colors. And the colors, remind you, they're green, red, and blue. Hello, I think that says Hanukkah and Christmas and holiday time.
Yes, ma'am, it
So
does.
I love that. So bring them to the table because they're gorgeous, but just to show you that nonstick again and to show you how easy they wipe out, and look at the even cooking underneath. Nothing's burned, everything's perfect. And so when you're ready to serve and you're ready to eat, everything comes out of the pan. And what I love when everything comes out of the pan is all that deliciousness that you've baked into that food is not stuck on your pan. It's in your food, which is really, really important. So I love that.
Wait, Chef, my face while you were just taking that out of the pan, I was just going like this. That looks so good. I went somewhere for a second. Welcome back. You know what? This is our today's bonus buy, and this is our best deal of the day here on QVC2. We've had 1,000 ordered since its launch, and it just launched about an hour and a half ago. So let me show you our choices again. This is your set of 3 of the micro pans in the blueberry. And just to remind you while we're here, each pan is 10 inches by 6 inches by 1.5 inches. So feel free to bake the brownies in there. Make yourself a 2-person lasagna if you would like to. Get the breakfast sandwiches going in the morning. That's what they're for. That blueberry's beautiful with the speckles. Up here is the sage. Sage is very popular, has been since we showed it the first time. You can get all 3 of them in the sage. I know I did. That sage is so pretty. I love that green. And then we also have it in that beautiful chili red. So you can get all 3 of them home in the red. And you see those gorgeous speckles there. I love that it's not one flat color. I love that it's speckled. But again, if you're just joining us, I want you to hear this. This is aluminized steel. It's going to conduct heat beautifully, and it's not going to buckle on you. It's not going to warp on you. It's oven safe up to 450 degrees, whether you're using your countertop oven or whether you are using your wall oven. Another thing I wanted to say too, that please think of it this way. If you're watching In the Kitchen with Mary for the 100th time, thank you. If you're watching for the first time, let me explain. I have had my hands. I've been lucky enough to be the hands for your shopping experience here at QVC for 14 years. I know good quality the second that I get my hands on it. I dropped everything and ordered these as soon as I got my hands on them. If my opinion means absolutely anything to you in the world of kitchenware, get these home because they are beautifully made. They have the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, which really gives us that heads up that this is a reliable find. And they've got 4 layers of Reliapan nonstick on the inside. Now, 5 easy payments of $5 doesn't hurt my feelings either. And that price does go up at the end of the day. It's our only order of the year, and already 1,100 sets have been ordered. So, Chef Rochelle, I know you're a trained chef. You have worked in product development. You've also been a food editor before. The quality of these pans, as soon as I picked one up, I was like, oh, yup, this is it. This can handle what I've got going on in the kitchen for sure.
Oh, absolutely. It can handle it because it has that wonderful construction with the aluminized steel, right? And that's important. That's really important because that aluminized steel makes sure that your food will cook nice and evenly. So that distributes nice hot heat evenly over your pan. So then you've got cookies that are coming out of the oven, which I love to do. My husband, I'll say, who wants a cookie? And he'll sit on the couch and raise his hand like a little boy. I just love it. It makes me happy. So I'll go in there and put some cookies on there for him, and I come out and give him his milk. It's kind of fun, actually.
So
but
sweet.
You can make, your 2 little cookies. You could do your focaccia. So if you wanted to, make sure that it was nice and evenly browned, because we're talking about that aluminized steel. I mean, look at the even cooking on there, right? It's nice and brown. Look at that beautiful, beautiful browning all the way around the side, right? So those are your cookies. These are your breads. But also think about the cakes because you get 3, right? So if you get 3, look at what you can do up front. I mean, you can make these gorgeous cakes like we have done here. We've got a chocolate
Oh,
cake, we've got a
cute.
vanilla cake, we've got a spice cake. So if you want to make some different cakes, like you wanted to do one batter, let's say, and you wanted to do even just like different frostings or mix in some spices into your vanilla cake, and now you've got a spice cake too. You can take the batter, a nice big batch of batter, and divide it among all the pans. And now you look like you've just been in the kitchen cooking forever because you got different cakes for different people. And I really love what you said last hour, Mary, where you said, you know what, some people have different dietary needs, right?
Yeah.
Or they eat differently. Yeah, I love that because I feel the same way. You want to make sure that, hey, you want a cake for the vegan? There you go. If you want somebody who's gluten-free, okay, there you go. But you've got these beautiful little cakes. Now you can serve everybody. I just love it.
Oh,
It's
aren't
just
you
fantastic.
sweet? Thank you for that. You know what I see too is if you have a specific color in your kitchen and you would like to keep that going, you can absolutely find great color here. Let me put it where you can read the name. But what I love is even if you're picking these up because you would like to cook for your neighbors and you'd like to leave them a little something special on their porch or their front doorstep, you can get all 3 of them. And the price breakdown is $8.32 per micro sheet pan. So if you were to load it up maybe with a little mix or you bake in it, you put a little cello, a little ribbon, that's 3 gifts for your neighbors for less than $25. Now listen, we've already had 1,300 orders placed. This is a very busy day. It's Holideals weekend. We're shopping for a lot of great finds here at QVC and very proud to say we can get these to you in time for your holiday gifting and for your holiday celebrating. They are 10 inches by 6 inches by almost 2 inches deep. This is the blueberry. So you can get all 3 of them in that beautiful blueberry shade, and it's got little speckles. Each one of them has little speckles. And when we talk about hundreds of Black Friday sale prices this weekend and 4 more easy payments and select free shipping, what you're getting here is the first day at this lower price as our today's bonus buy. Now here is the sage. The sage is that pretty soft green color, and the sage has little speckles in it too, just like the chili and the blueberry. And the sage has those beautiful navy and kind of the creamy dots in that speckling there. So all 3 of them in the sage represented here, all 3 of them in the chili represented over here. And here's where you're getting little black and tan speckles in your chili there. So whether you are thinking of Christmas, you're thinking of Hanukkah, if you are thinking of New Year, you're thinking of making smarter choices early, or just your holiday table done in a new way, this is a great way to shop. Now, yes, the price goes up at the end of the day, but they are PFOA free. They are oven safe up to 450 degrees. And there are so many ideas that you're going to have when you get them home. Chef, I love using them all on one big sheet pan. That's such a great idea.
I do too. I love it. I loved when you said how you could put some in the oven at different times because everything cooks differently. I also like that you could put everything on one tray. So I wanted to show you this all collected on one tray. So this is the Better Half sheet pan that we also offer from Good Housekeeping, right? So if you have that, you know that all 3 of those pans can fit on this tray, which is fantastic. So if you wanted to do, let's say, a bunch of sides for your Thanksgiving, you've got stuffing, mashed potatoes, and some roasted veggies. You can do all of that on one tray. And I love that. Okay, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to put it on the table. Now, I like the idea of having small amounts at each end of the table, right? So I can have on one side my mashed potatoes and stuffing and my vegetables. And then I have another set on the other side of the table so that we aren't yelling across the table going, pass the potatoes and give me some more stuffing. You know, you've got your own and you can kind of eat a little bit more, you know, dignified.
Oh, I love that she said dignified because that's what I strive for every year. I feel like I never quite get there. But, you know, I did share with Rochelle earlier that my mother-in-law is vegan. And so, you know, I want her to be able to have every year I order her own vegan meal because I don't want to. All of my dishes have had meat in them before. And all of my dishes have had carnivorous dishes in them before. So I want her to have food that has not been cross-contaminated with her preference references her special needs for dietary restrictions. So I order hers. Now I could make it and designate these pans as hers, and then at the end have them all cleaned up and send her home with them and say, enjoy your new pans.
I love the idea of baking in them and sending them home to your family and friends. You're so right. Why not give them the gift that you just baked